first thing we want to talk about is we want you to focus your mind when you go out on the field. The games, the stakes have now raised. You are now in your playoff time. This is when every single kick is absolutely crucial. I cannot tell you how many playoff games that I've already watched that have been decided by a missed or made extra point. It's baffling. Every kick matters, and I know as kickers and especially as us coaches, you hear us say that all the time, but I cannot stress to you enough how high the stakes are now for you. So before you freak out because all this pressure's on you, and man, it might come down to a game-winning field goal. I haven't been put in that position, and here I am. Let's talk about how you can calm your mind. So how do we calm our mind? That is one of the biggest questions that we get as coaches all the time. And it's pretty simple: by distracting ourselves, by focusing on something else. If you say, let me clear my mind, it's like me saying, hey, whatever you do, don't think about blurple elephants. You've already thought, what is blurple? What are elephants? Your brain starts going crazy. So when you start clearing your mind, when you go out on that field, it just starts getting rushed with all kinds of emotions and technical issues that you start thinking about. Is my line going to block? Is my snapper going to have a good snap? So let's defer all that and focus and take control of that action by focusing on one specific thing. And it's one thing that we've all been told. It's probably the only thing that most of our high school coaches know, and it's keeping our head down. It's really that simple. And I know a lot of the times you hear keep your head down, you say, of course, I know that I've been doing that my entire kicking career. That is also the easiest thing to forget. It's almost like the better kicker that we become, or punter for that matter, the easier it is that we stop thinking about that. So you have got to refocus on that. So when you go out on there, your sole goal is, I just need to find the sweet spot with my eyes and keep my head locked and pointed down. I do not need to see my kick. There is no reason. You're the only person on the field who probably cares about the kick half the time, and you're the only person in the whole entire stadium that doesn't get to see it. So when we step out on that field, your only thing needs to be to think about keeping your head down. So the easiest way to do that is when you're in your stance. I know a lot of guys are different, but universally, when that ball is snapped, you kind of wait for it to come out your peripheral, or a lot of coaches will say count to 1 Mississippi and then start your approach at the ball. If we're kicking a field goal, instead of saying 1 Mississippi or waiting to see that out of the corner of your eye, the moment that ball is snapped, go ahead and say, keep your head down. Keep your head down, and 1 Mississippi takes the exact amount of time to say. So rather than saying 1 Mississippi that means nothing, say something useful like keep your head down. Not only are you speaking it, which fires those signals in your brain to, oh, keep my head down, but as you're saying it, you're also hearing it. So it's this cyclical pattern that your brain can't focus on anything else except for keeping your head down. So that's it. It fixes everything. You don't have to worry about that anymore. So when we're in our stance, the minute that ball snaps, say keep your head down and just blast that kick like you have done. After that, everything else is going to fall into place. You're going to go to your same plan you've gone to all season. You're going to follow through the same you followed through all season. If you keep your head down, good things will happen. And that's why every coach knows to say that, because it's the most important. And it's always the first thing that we forget to do.
What we do here is go back.